Hello, everyone. Thank you for stopping in again. If you're returning, and thank you for stopping in if you're new here. I truly appreciate and am grateful for all of your energy. And I like to start these right away. It's just, I guess, something I do. I have a pretty big reading here, and it's multi-layered. I feel that this is really a global energy, maybe not global, maybe national. I don't I don't quite know just yet. Um, but let me begin. So, spirit here is saying to surrender to what is, to flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. And what I see here is definitely bringing big changes. Though I feel they're positive changes, they may not feel like positive changes, because what I have here is this energy of giving and receiving, right? Of value, that Six of Pentacles energy, right? That equal reciprocity energy. And this value has come under judgment, or perhaps the way we exchange energy. That could be, monetary. It could be that energy that we give and receive for value, right? For our value, that equal reciprocity. But I have here, it's a masculine energy, and what spirit is saying is it's a very narcissistic energy, very self-absorbed, though it doesn't present itself as such, right? So it's someone who appears to have it all together, appears to be light, is what I'm hearing, but is more of a kingpin of deceit. And polarity is really coming into this as well. It's like there's been a sort of unveiling of the true value and the true worth here. And it's it's an energy that feels like a loss that impacts the ego, right? So I'm feeling that as the ego of the narcissistic energy, right? That narcissist, that kingpin of deceit, that is, it's either been unveiled or is being unveiled. It's already been had judgment called on it, right? And it causes a sort of heartbreak or a hit to the ego, even. And this may feel to some as though it's a loss of love, a loss of something that they loved, something that was a very high value, right? Um, and I'm seeing here, so we have this kingpin of deceit, but then there's also another energy that is like a silent witness, an observer to this deceit, perhaps one that was privy to secrets, to um, the actions and the decisions that have been made behind the scenes. And this is really, it's coming through like it's funny because this is, I feel like the true betrayal or the true heartbreak or the true pain of the situation is really that kingpin of deceit, that um narcissistic energy has really taken a blow. um wow. And for those who have been following their heart and who have been listening to the guidance of spirit, of source, um, this may feel emotional, right? Because it's almost as if there was an unveiling of this narcissistic energy's actions. We're just going to call it the king of, or the kingpin of deceit, right? So I it's almost like the kingpin himself has not necessarily been revealed, but the actions have. And so he's taken a blow to his ego, while those who have formed attachments, right, who feel as though they love this energy, because remember, he's wearing a mask, this just really fiery, deceitful, egotistical energy has presented itself as though it is innocent, And it's something or someone that has received the love or the adoration of those who have been following their heart. So it's almost like that energy of finding out that the one person you trusted or the one person that you looked up to, that you held in reverence, this type of energy, right? We start to see the mess that that energy has created. It's almost like waking up and finding out that your bank balance, right? That your vault is in the red. And but yet you don't know where the money went or who took it, right? You don't yet know, is this has got to be a mistake. It's that initial wake up. And some may actually know or have already had this kingpin of deceit revealed to them in their own personal lives. And that could be very heartbreaking because we're discovering the true nature. We're seeing the true nature, right? And it can feel shocking. But at the same time, Spirit is calling us to rise above that energy because it is one that is very fiery. It's very defensive. It can come off very angry, very cruel, cold, calculated. Just it's that white teeth, black heart energy that seems to float around in these readings. And because it has to do with value, right? Those things in the physical that we value, those things that we can see, feel, taste, touch, hear, in this physical world, when we have this value shaken up, right, when it becomes imbalanced, manipulated in a way, sometimes it's a matter of finding our footing, of coming out of that shock. And Spirit is saying, to have faith because love is coming, the light is coming, like it's here. It's almost like there's this mushroom cloud and it hasn't quite settled. So it can be difficult to see the light of the sun through it, right? But it is settling. We do have the tools and the resources and the abilities to fix it, to bring balance back into the situation. It's like what the kingpin of deceit, right, didn't take into account was that all of this time, there have been those who have been following that divine guidance, who have been following that call of the heart, right? Learning to fall in love with who they are, with the gifts that they bring, with their own true authentic value. And in this, we have become prepared and have gathered together what it takes to get it done, right? We've developed these tools. And so while it may be a shocking revelation over here, we have what it takes. We have what it takes to bring balance back. And we are so supported by the angels. I have here, some may have gone through a period of loss where they feel depressed or sad. I feel like that's part of the shock, part of that revelation, right? And so we have a lot of support from the angelic realms coming in at this time. As a matter of fact, it's like I have an angel here who, it's like tech support. It's like working to fix all the little, I don't know what you call tech support. So, things that we need help with technically, right? It may be technology. It may be that some of this is monetary and, it is an issue with the technology, with possibly the apps, with, or at the same time, it's like holes in the technology where this value was allowed to be siphoned. Yeah, it's this may have even been something like what I mentioned earlier about waking up and finding out that your bank balance is in the red, or that there is value, an imbalance in the books, and that somehow this value was siphoned through technology, through, we have online scammers, I mean, things like this. You've got viruses that get into the system, or allow them to get into the system. I'm not very technologically adept here. That's, technology for me, it's like fire and ice. So I don't really know the technical words for these things, but there has been a loss of balance. I feel financially, I feel as far as this perceived value, right? And it's like also judgment coming in this equal reciprocity. So balancing those books out, it's like having to take from that which took, the kingpin of deceit, and return it so that the books balance. At the same time, the kingpin of deceit is receiving a harsh blow to the ego and those who perceived him as being this charismatic, just, possibly even spiritually balanced leader, or someone that we look up to, those who loved this person, right? Those who have known only the outward appearance are kind of heartbroken over it. And this is something, there's like unsealed secrets now. So there's the secret. I feel like that this identity or this action, whatever it is, has been revealed. The secret has been revealed, right? And so there's it may have even come through a shocking confession. It's like this is the aftermath of a scandal, right? And that aftermath leaves a bit of a scar. And a spirit is telling us that we have what it takes to bring this balance back, but it is going to require surrendering to what is at this time, and to surrender the ego, surrender the need to know, the need to be right. Yeah, there's also a silent witness that I keep coming up with, and I can't see the silent witness, but it's like there's someone who has been in the background, who has been privy to, and who has witnessed the things that took place to cause this great imbalance, right? And Spirit is saying, you have many gifts, right? No problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up, and good luck will follow. And good luck is all here. I mean, I have good fortune, divine guidance, good luck. I have abundance that comes in, that we're being guided to, great protection. I have a message of love and assistance from the divine that is coming in and assuring us that we have all the elements. The power of the elements is in our hands. We have all the elements we need. We have all of the evidence that we need. We have all the power is literally in our hand. And there's almost this miraculous energy that comes through that creates another sudden shift, right? And this is all to bring expansion to the individual, is what I hear. So it may be that it is something global that happens, or something, I don't know why I keep saying global, but or national, right? That happens, but yet it brings expansion to our own personal lives. And Spirit is saying to surrender the procrastination, that now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract that success. It's almost like whatever this crumbling is, whatever this news is, whoever this kingpin is, whatever the loss that has been had, right? There's no changing it, but that there's also been a witness to this, and it's also creating many different options, many different choices, right? And it's almost like rapidly unfolding events. Okay. It's also, how do you say, it's like there's evidence of this web of corruption and deceit and manipulation and injustice and heartbreak. And so it's kind of like reverberating on a collective level. And because it has to do with value, with the way we give and receive, I really feel that it may affect our finances. That if it hasn't affected our finances yet, that perhaps our finances will come into play. But at the same time, it brings about new options, which will require quick action, right? Which will almost feel like a gamble, like taking a risk, not really knowing the outcome. That's that following the heart. That's spirit coming through and saying, you have all the resources you need. You have all the power in your hands. You have the knowledge. You have the intuition. You have the ability to go with this change. And yes, that can feel like a risk. That can feel like a gamble. But they're saying now is the time to act. Now is the time to act. To take authority over our own value, over our own worth, over the way we give and receive, who we give and receive to and from. That yes, there's been a betrayal and not everything has appeared the way it was underneath, like, but not to give up, to continue to persevere, because we've persevered through the worst of it. It's almost like we discovered that we had a loss also, and yet we persevered through that loss. And it may have been very difficult. I get extremely difficult here for some. I have a strong energy of depression, of anxiety, of sadness. But in that, there's a lot of anger and resentment also. It's a very mixed emotion. And I feel like this is spirit really guiding us back into our heart center and confirming that, yes, there is a lot of change. There are changes that are reverberating collectively, like that. I feel like it's reverberating throughout the earth, throughout the globe, right? And so it may feel a bit unstable still, right? So it may still feel like that dark cloud. Like I kept hearing there's fire on the mountain and lightning in the sky, right? That there's that rumbling under the ground, that rumbling in the heavens above, like that rolling thunder that shakes you. I don't know if everyone has ever felt that really strong thunder that just boom, 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 and you can feel it reverberating in your heart and under your feet. Um, but there is here also this silent witness, this silent observer, someone who saw or knows something critical, right? But it's almost like they're contemplating, they're almost in this back and forth swing. Should I come out and say something? Should I just keep my mouth shut? You know, there's already been so many changes. Already been a huge blow here to the balance of value and worth. So it's almost like they're a little on the fence, right? Um, they have, hmm, I I feel that there may even be more than one, though one may not really be aware. There's a real fragmented energy there. Um, like maybe someone saw something, but their memory is not really good about time, place, like almost like an innocent bystander type of energy. Maybe they had hunches, didn't really know, but there is one that was witness to it. And hence developing a sort of moral dilemma. They're really struggling with whether or not they are going to reveal what they know or whether they will stay silent. And I feel like they're eventually going to come out, though it may not be until after this miracle. We have here miracle energy. This is creating something out of nothing. It's almost like taking the ash and the rubble from this shocking event or mm, yeah, it's like taking the ash and the rubble and turning it into a new opportunity, which leads to balance, which leads to harmony. Um, this is also alchemy. This is taking the best from both situations, right? It's like taking advantage of the opportunity, of the opportunities that are given through this, and creating balance. We have here a new start, new projects. This witness may be afraid of how they will be perceived, but I feel that the silent witness to it all, right? That revelation, that witness stepping forward brings happiness, it brings joy, it it brings love and affection, friendships, but it is like it's that phoenix rising energy. So it's transforming the situation very quickly, and globally or nationally or statewise or personally, I don't know, but the finance, one of the cards that I pulled, and they don't always have to mean exactly what they say. So that's part of reading them. But one of the cards that I pulled was receiving help and guidance during a collapse in banking. Now, that's just what the card says. I'm going to be honest when I say that. Um, but it's a financial collapse. Now, that could be personal, right? That could be waking up and finding out that you have less in your account, and it was from, I don't know, a scammer, somebody using technology. But I feel like whatever that is, there's a bit of a shocking surprise on the other hand, where the technology that was used to create the imbalance is the technology that is used to bring the balance back and bring harmony back into the situation. So I feel like whatever was shaken up, whatever was caused loss to, that there will be not just a reciprocal energy, right? Because we have consequences for, say, the kingpin of deceit over here. But at the same time, there were so many who were truly giving and receiving authentically, right? And so there is almost a reward, right? I don't like to call it a reward, because if you've lost something and you get it back, that's not really a reward. That's getting back what was yours in the first place. But there is someone here. It could be a married couple. It could be a couple who is in a position of authority, who is being presented with an opportunity that appears risky, that appears as if it's a globe. Why do I keep, doesn't appear global? I don't know why that word keeps coming out of my mouth. What was I? And maybe it appears risky, but it has a large impact, right? It may have, it's like a one-time impact, though. It's a one-time thing. It's a temporary impact, though the result is like a permanent change. Yeah, it's a permanent change, but it brings expansion, it brings joy, it brings forgiveness, it brings delight and friendship. It brings this phoenix energy about. Now, there was something that Spirit said to me last night, actually, in my sleep, and I'll see if I can remember it fully, but the phoenix can only rise when all of its feathers come together. You are the phoenix, and it's time to pull all of your feathers together because you are one feather in a larger phoenix. And this phoenix is ready to rise. It's definitely not the time to procrastinate. It is definitely not time to second guess oneself. Um, we have support here from Metatron, right? It says, I help you discover and develop your personal spiritual power and learn to use it to make the world better. You are that magician. You have every element in the palm of your hand. And we have support here and learning how to use that power and how to wield that power without causing so much pain and destruction and chaos. Someone here has misused their power. This kingpin of deceit has misused his power and caused a loss of balance in the way that we give and receive, in the way that we perceive value, in those things that we place our value in, right? Um, there was definitely a misuse of power here. Definitely someone else knows about this misuse of power. Now, at the same time, I feel like this kingpin of deceit is also suffering a loss. It's like being locked out. It's like being locked out at the last minute. So, I don't know why I'm hearing it like that. Um, I don't know anything about hacking, but let me just use this as an example. It's like seeing somebody sitting at their computer and they're hacking away, right? And they get in the door, they're able to cause this imbalance, and then all of a sudden, boom, it all shuts down. They don't actually receive it. They don't actually see what's happening, how far it went. They don't see what caused everything to shut down. Like now there's no power, there's no internet connection, there's no, you know, I don't know, maybe their computer died, but it's like at the last minute, you know, as luck would have it, as fate would have it, they're locked out. And there is someone behind the scenes with the power to set this balance right, to set this imbalance right. It's a risky move. There are many options, but a decision has to be made. And there is support from the angelic realms in making this decision. It's and because the decision has to be made and it has to be made swiftly, it's bringing about this rapid unfolding of events. And it's almost like this decision is one of the dominoes in that line, right? So it's like there's been a domino effect here of recognizing the imbalance in the value. It may be the monetary system, I don't know, it may be our banks, it could be our resources, our finances. But because that imbalance was there, it kind of created a domino effect. And before it can knock down the rest of the dominoes, someone steps in, takes this risky gamble, right? They make this risky decision in a quickness to stop those dominoes from falling, and it pays off. However, there is also there's also a surprising success, like a surprising balance that is brought back. But I feel like this is a reset. This is like a quick, I don't know why I got that, a quick reset, a quick, it's a quick crumbling and a quick balancing. I mean, I have a tower and the temperance here also. And so, now this one has U.S. Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, Internet, early Internet. U.S. Defense. It may have been, there's a larger defense system at play here. It's like when that imbalance was caused, it flipped a switch. It hit that last domino. When it hit that last domino, a leader has to step in. Somebody has to step in and take control and make this decision, which actually brings back the balance. It sets I don't know anything about computers, but I keep going back to this example. So, say I'm a hacker, right? And I'm hacking into your computer and I get past like one of your security levels, right? And I get all the way in that door. And then all of a sudden, your defense system, which is what I don't see coming, um, kicks on, shuts everything down. Now, maybe there's a temporary loss here or a loss of, data or finance or value or resource, whatever it is they were after with, right? This is just a hypothetical thing. So maybe there was a defense, an overall defensive system or defending system that flipped off also. Maybe the leader has to pull the trigger on this defensive system to shut it down, to lock it out. Though it's funny because I feel the kingpin of deceit here is powerless. They're having to be this silent witness. They're having to be this silent observer. They can't do anything. They can't say anything because it will just out them. And at the same time, we have someone here who was there, who saw it, who heard it, who was witness to it, who has been going back and forth about whether or not they should come out because they don't know how they'll be perceived. They don't know the repercussions of having witnessed this and held on to this and not having come forward. It's like this, I feel like there's a few parties to this whole situation. Internally, externally, maybe on a larger scale than what I would like to see or admit. I know that there are some who are suffering loss, genuinely heartbroken here, and they're being called to rise out of this state of depression, out of this state of sorrow and sadness. Um, it's like not wanting to believe, not wanting to let go. Mm. And we have the sea turtle protection here that says you are a master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm, and your path will unfold. Persevere, and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. And it's almost like whatever this destruction is, whatever this, I don't know about destruction, wow, or this collapse or this revealing is, it brings about happy home, happy relationships, happy family. It's like that emotional fulfillment. The that is when I say emotional fulfillment, I'm speaking about those that are in that divine flow, that divine guidance, that are allowing themselves to be carried forward by what their heart loves. Those that have heard me even in previous videos talking about creating something out of nothing, creating love where love did not exist, right? So we have a collective here that has been in flow with this divine energy. And so there's this inner knowing that, oh, wow, yes, it's time. It's time to take this action. It's time to bring this balance back. This may be a temporary situation, but I'm going to take advantage of the opportunity and the options that are brought about. And those in this flow that have persevered through all of the deceit and the manipulation and the heartache and the sorrow. They're coming to a place now where it's time to act. It's time to, this is not a time to be in denial. This is not a time to second guess, because what lay on the other side is peace, is harmony, is balance. And we have the angels here, Vehu, I don't know this angel's name, I'm sorry, Vehuya, that says, I infuse you with creative passion and energy to start and successfully complete new projects. This is guaranteed success. We are being guided into abundance. Luck is on our side. It's not even luck. This is divine. It's almost like divine intervention and divine timing, which leads those who are willing to take this risk into a place of abundance. And we're being called to surrender to our intuition, because that's where we get our knowing. That which we know that we know that we know comes from within. It comes from that intuitional guidance, right? So it says, tune into your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. So there will be those signs, those symbols, those synchronicities. You will see the markers, these, I don't know why I said markers, but these options that come open, these opportunities that present themselves. And when you see these opportunities present themselves, it is time to take action. They're not the kind that you're going to want to sit and wait on or hold in your back pocket. I have someone here who is completely angry about this too, because it's like, I hear, you foiled my plan. You foiled my plan. It was a perfect plan. It worked more than once. It worked with more than one. And then it's like, you had to step in. You had to make this decision. You had to take this risk. And because you're following the signs and symbols and synchronicities, and you're following that divine calling within your heart, you foiled the plan of the one that was out to just this narcissistic energy. It is the mastermind behind it all, the one pulling the strings, right? um the one who amassed this wealth on at your expense. And it was someone who presented himself as the opposite. Now, this may be female, it may be a female just in a very imbalanced masculine energy, very greedy, cold and decisive inwardly, right? This is someone, it's like he's been so well put together that even the accusers have been, they've not been able to get past that facade, because this silent witness, right, wouldn't come forward. So it's like having someone in your life who has been secretly causing this imbalance, this betrayal, and this silent witness doesn't come forward, you know, I don't know for what reason, out of fear. I don't know. But because they never came forward, it's like the damage was done, but nothing could be proven. Well, now, because the damage was so great, and possibly because the silent witness was affected also, now they're going to come forward. I feel like they're going to come forward, and that testimony, that confession, that the knowledge or the information that is brought forward is going to bring some clarity, and it's also going to bring some balance, right? It's going to help balance these scales. They may even ask or receive forgiveness. Like it may be someone who comes forward with an apology. It may even be that there is only one and they kind of have fragmented memories of what took place, not realizing that the knowledge and the information that they have is what is needed. Like they saw or witnessed or heard a very important piece of it, never realized it until the damage was done. But in a sense, that damage needed to be done to bring balance, because it was all out of deceit. It was all out of manipulation. And they may even reveal who caused, they may even reveal the identity of the kingpin of deceit, is what I'm getting. They may even reveal the whereabouts, because it's like a suspect that flees the scene, right? And you've got this witness. But the momentum is building. I don't know that this person has already made this decision. They may feel that it's a big risk to come out, that it may risk the ones they love, right? It may risk the love they receive from others, though there will be an unveiling. So what started out for me as a situation that looked or appeared as though someone had been done wrong, someone had been done dirty, and there was this evidence, right there, like this room, it's got this evidence in it, and this evidence being gathered together brings about the truth of what happened. And that, say if you lost money, right? If you had money stolen to you, it will be returned to you, right? So whatever was lost, whatever was taken, comes back. It may not be in the form that you had it taken, right? It may not be from the suspect that took it. It may come in a totally different form through a totally different avenue. Whether that be love that was stolen, right? Because we have betrayals of the heart here. And I always say, love can't be stolen, not true love, right? But this is Archangel Metatron that says, I help you discover and develop your personal spiritual power and learn how to use it to make a better world. And as we can step into this energy of love, right? And let go of whatever this ick is over here, to make that decision to stand in that place of love and forgiveness, and to take advantage of the opportunities that are brought to us, to the help, to the assistance, to the guidance, to that flow of the heart, to return to that flow of the heart, that we will see that there is even greater, that something greater is being built out of whatever that waste was, whatever laid waste, or whatever that destructive energy was and caused to happen. And this may bring about a new revelation of just how powerful we are, just how powerful our protection is, just how powerful those sort of defense systems that we put in place are, right? We go through this journey and we enter into this space of self-discovery, self-reflection, right? And we start, self-realizations, revelations, and we start to learn how to navigate the energies, and we put certain boundaries in place, but you never know the value of a boundary until it's tested, right? And I feel like this here also, that there is almost this testing of this boundary, and it's shocking, it's surprising at, wow, the impact that it took, but the impact that it withstood also, right? Because I have an earth angel energy here, that it's that how did you survive energy. Wow, I can't believe you made it through that. And you're so well put together, you're so well balanced. The opportunities seem to just fall in your hand, like you took this risk to free yourself, you took this risk to move forward, and it's shocking and surprising, and got someone all up in their feelings, mad about it. That's all I'm going to say to describe that one, because it's a very angry energy, angry at the success despite their attempts, angry at the failure of their attempts despite all the tools they had, all the weaponry they had, all the resources, and they almost got away with it. I hear they almost got away with it. They almost got away with it. But you can't escape the light. You can't escape the light. The light sees into the darkness. like you can run, but you can't hide type of energy. And I'm getting through the angels, like they always want to come through and they want to congratulate everyone. They want to hug on us and love on us and say, job well done. They want to share their joy, their gratitude, because we have accomplished so much internally. Every single one of us who have gone on this journey inward, it's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of letting go. It's been a lot of rebuilding and building again and building more. It's been a lot of learning who we are. How did we become? Where are we going? How do we use the gifts that we see we have now? Because we at once were told that we were worthless, right? That's part of that balance where we perhaps were made to feel as though we were not worthy, or that we did not have value, or that our skills, there was no place for them, our tools, there was no need for them, or that our resources wouldn't carry us through. And so this is an inward journey where we discover all of these blocks and that have kept us from rising into our true authentic nature, our true authentic power. And the angels are saying, we love you, we see you, we, rejoice for you, with you, because while we've been in the midst of this sort of unseen battle, um, we have been growing, we have been expanding, we have been developing, we have been taking risk, right? We have been that fool that has leapt into the unknown with the heart of a child, not knowing whether or not we were going to fall, land on our feet or fall on our butt. We didn't second guess ourselves. We took that leap of faith. And because we have done this work, this inward work, we have filled our hearts with love, right? Where love did not exist before. And that love and that light shines so bright that it reverberates globally. It reverberates throughout the earth, through every membrane, I hear. And sometimes we don't even know the power of who we are until it is on display, right? Like those boundaries. We don't know and recognize our own power until we see it in action. And that may be surprising to some who thought, they're going along day by day, they're doing the work, they're looking at, what's causing the imbalances within them. They're surrendering their ego, right? They're taking those hits to the ego and they're saying, I accept what is, and I draw in love for that place within myself, and they're bringing that balance within. And so it's reverberating throughout the earth, throughout the globe, throughout every membrane. And it is only it is only natural that we would see this manifest all around us, not just in our personal lives and our personal relationships, not just within our communities, but also on a global level. And the global thing here, I mean, money, finances, monetary systems, tools, resources, being shaken up, imbalances being looked into. I don't know. Risks being taken. I mean, it's only natural that we would begin to see these things take place outwardly, right? Their lies, their lies have their lies have raised the eyebrows of their lies have raised the eyebrows of the law, and the law knows the truth. So someone may have actually had something done criminally, right? Where the law, it's brought about a legal situation. Perhaps some have had their money stolen, but that was weird that their lies raised the eyebrows of the law. The law knows the truth. I don't know who needs to hear that, but that's good news for sure. That's good news. Let's see. I just want to pull another little affirmation before I go here because this was a little bit different. This judgment, this call to rise above, it's heartbreaking. Energy that's, we're having to come out of for some of us. And anyone who has suffered loss, I just want you to know my heart goes out to you. I don't think any of us are strangers to loss at this point in the game. I know it's not easy, and I know that it can be difficult to see, above the surface when we feel like we're drowning. And all I can say is give yourself grace, allow yourself to feel and rise, to feel that love in your heart and allow that to carry you. And of course, I always send everyone love and gratitude. But I have here warrior. Meet Mishkin rough and tumble. He knows his teeth are sharp and his claws are prized possession, carefully honed to points. He is a little ninja, but has a heart of love and softness. He can call We can call on Mishkin when we need to stand up for ourselves, set boundaries, or be daring. So whether you're about to climb a giant boulder or take a leap of faith, or ask to be paid what you're worth, remember little Mishkin and his bravery. Yes, he did whack that big scary dog on the nose, even though he is only a kitten. And that to me is someone who has faced something larger than life. And I feel some emotions coming up here. I don't want to cry, but I can tell you it's there. It's under the surface. And meet Sapphire, the generous spirit in us all. There is some really thick energies here. So for those who have suffered loss, truly my heart goes out to you. This is, whew. So generosity. Let me start this over. Um, Meet Sapphire, the generous spirit in us all. When it is dark outside, he will always come through for us with his dancing rainbow lights and gentle eyes. Allow generosity to flow in all directions. Offer your hand, your ear, your understanding, and your heart to a person in need. Graciously receive the help from another when you are challenged, stuck, or down on your luck. Be generous with yourself. Give yourself time, love, and sweet nurturing care. We take turns being the helper and the one in need of help. Generosity connects us to something larger than ourselves. And so, yeah, this may be balancing the scales actually on a global or a national scale for real. You know, it is larger than us. It is always larger than us. Um, we are not the only ones here. And sometimes it is a matter of looking at that one person next to you, your neighbor, a friend, someone at a distance, just that one person that needs an ear, that needs encouragement, that needs love and support and guidance, and even generosity, you know. With the Six of Pentacles, this can be charity. So it's taking that which was lost and returning it through charity, through the generosity of giving of self, of your resources, of your substance, right? But there are very good things here. We are moving into a place of balance, surprisingly so. Surprisingly so to some who are mad about it. There's always the one mad about it. And I think it was in that last reading that they said they're spitting mad, but they're only spitting on themselves at this point. So we're not going to worry about this kingpin of deceit over here. May be revealed, you know, at a later date. Maybe some of us already know who this is, but really, I mean, you know, unless they their get in their heart and come forward truly seeking, right? And I'm hearing false alibis. So it's like, yeah, that's not even going to be the situation. So we'll just leave the kingpin of deceit there and go forward with love and gratitude and generosity and temperance, knowing that we have all the resources, all the elements, and the power of our hand, and that it is just a matter of taking action, not second guessing ourselves. That come what may, we accept things as they are, and we find balance within ourselves to move forward. So I hope this made sense to everyone. Now it's a little bit different, but I thank you all for being here. I will drop a link to the White Phoenix Odyssey Discord group in the description box below. And I wish you all, you know, love, joy, peace, health, and happiness. Thank you for being here always.